Now this is more of an experiment than an absolute how-to. I've got quite a few of these big old battery packs. This one here came out of an APC UPS, and as you can see it's two cells joined together. There was basically a bar across that there, and that I guess would be providing the 24 volts that then went inside the UPS, which is this one here, smart UPS. Big old unit that obviously has the inverter and everything inside. Now these are quite useful units, so I thought I'd see if I could recover the batteries, or at least recover one of them, and see how I got on. So these are sealed lead acid batteries, so normally they're not, you can't do anything as an end user, but on the top of these ones, which hopefully you can make out, there's these little plastic caps which covers each of the contacts. Now what I've done is I've already started taking them off on this one here, and the little plastic caps just come off. Take a little bit of force, but they do come off in the end. And underneath you can see there's the rubber bung, and when you take the rubber bung off, as I've done on this one, you can see just the hole down into the electrolyte. So the idea is, what I'm going to do is get some distilled water, top these right up with distilled water, all of the banks, and then put this on charge. I'm probably not going to be able to use a so-called smart 12 volt charger, because what it'll do is it'll test and it'll just see that there's nothing going on. So what I'll need is something like a 13 or 14 volt DC power supply that I can just slowly trickle power back into it and see if I can recover the battery. Now you'll see all sorts of videos and things on YouTube about doing this, so it's not a new principle, but the opinion is divided as to whether this works, whether it's worth doing or not. And in my case, I'm going to do it and give it a go, see what happens. If it works, great. I could get a couple of batteries out of this, which are always useful for UPSs, backups, or just generally if I need to test things at 12 volts, they're always quite handy. If it doesn't work, I know the principle's junk, and I just recycle them at the local recycling tip. Simple as that. So what I'm going to do is continue, take all of the caps off, and take the rubber bungs off. Now I need to mention the safety warning here is obviously there is acid inside these, so when you do take the rubber bungs off, please be careful. So take them off. You should really put on rubber gloves for doing that part, and then I'm going to top them up with distilled water, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, so what I've done is I've filled them up with water. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to try, I don't think this is going to work, but I'm going to try with a regular car battery charger. Now this is listed as a smart battery charger, which probably means it's not going to like what I do to it. It's not going to actually try to charge this, because the batteries are so badly damaged, it'll take quite a bit of slow charging initially to get them up. So let's see what we get according to this. Yeah, and there you go. The smart battery charger immediately has brought up the low or damaged indicator, showing that it's not even going to attempt to charge it. Just try it again. No, so it's not going to do it. So what I'm going to need to do is find a basic 12 volt power supply and to power it up off that and see if it'll take a little bit of charge.